These brooders are amazing. I couldn't be happier with this company.
We absolutely love these cages.
One at a time, okay, guys?
Homesteading is a lifestyle choice. Whether you have a large or small space, you can move towards self-sufficiency. Start with what you need and add more as you can. Start small and grow in confidence. Start with the basics and increase your knowledge. At Bryant's Roost, we believe in sustainability, education, and forward momentum. Follow us on our journey for tips, hacks, and insights. We can grow together.
Okay, hey, good morning, guys. Glad to see everyone here. Hope everyone's well. We are right now in the middle of the outer bands of Tropical Storm Debbie, and it's been raining pretty much all morning, pretty gusty winds and whatnot. But we've also had some issues with power outages this morning. Not so much here, but locally around me. So, guys, if power goes out and we lose the stream, sorry about that. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it doesn't go out. We do have a lot of announcements today, including the announcement of the Coturnix Kids program winner. First off, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Hatching Time, Thieving Otter Farm, Bryant's Roost, and Gopher Ridge Quail. I appreciate everything that these guys do for the channel. They're always giving us stuff to give away to you guys, hatching eggs and whatnot. So it's much appreciated. I do want to show one thing real quick. I talked to H.P. Murray from Gopher Ridge Quail the other day, and he sent me over some stuff that he wants to throw into the giveaways. We got some 90-hole, the blue things right there, 90-hole egg crates. They're jumbo size. You can use them for collecting eggs or storing eggs, whatever. He's also got some, above that picture is some jumbo plastic egg cartons for like if you're selling eggs or storing eggs, whatever. And then the pulp egg cartons to the left there. So HP, I really appreciate that. We're actually going to be doing a giveaway today of some of this stuff, and someone's going to get one of those. I'm not sure which. We're also going to do a giveaway of Bryant's Roost hatching eggs today. So I'm looking at this picture. What? It doesn't look very good. I got to get my camera set up, guys. I'm still using my laptop for this, and I've got to get my camera so the quality is back up there again. Let's see. I'm going to be talking in a minute here about the giveaway. I don't know if some of you have seen it over on the Facebook group page and the CoturnixCorner.com website, but we are going to be doing a DIY incubator kit giveaway. The giveaway won't be today, but I am going to talk to you a little bit about when it's going to be and the requirements to get into the drawing for that. But we'll get to that in a minute. I do real quick want to go ahead and jump in with our Coturnix Kids winner for the month of August. And that is going to Violet. Violet had a really nice write up. Let me go. Violet, that's an excellent goal, and congratulations on working on the homestead and learning all about planting and taking care of animals, harvesting, and this and that. It's wonderful to see you getting a start like that. So very good, Violet. We are going to be sending you out some prizes here pretty soon. You're going to get a 2-layer cage from Hatching Time. You're going to get some hatching eggs from Thieving Otter Farm. Bryant's Roost is going to be sending you an incubator to hatch those eggs. You're going to get a Coturnix corner tumbler with your name on it. That's not the tumbler on the photo that you're getting. This is actually an old photo. I couldn't find the right one. And we're going to send you a $25 Tractor Supply gift certificate. So, Violet, thanks again. I really appreciate your submission. It was a pleasure to read, and I'm pretty impressed at all the stuff that you're doing out there on the homestead, and congratulations. Okay, let's see. What are we at now? Okay, this week's giveaway, today's giveaway on the channel or on the live stream here is going to be a 30 count of hatching eggs from Bryant's Roost, a $50 Hatching Time gift certificate, and a 6 count. You're going to get 6 of those blue 90 cell jumbo egg storage trays for either collecting eggs or storage. They're really handy, guys. I've got some here. I love them, for when I'm collecting eggs, also for when I'm sorting eggs. You got multiple ones that you can put different variety of eggs in each container. They work out really nice. They also work really well in incubators as part of a turner tray. So, okay. Next thing on the list that I want to get down to real quick, guys, before we jump in the chat room is need a drink. Is the DIY incubator kit giveaway. I did post over on Facebook and the Coturnix Corner website that we are going to be doing a giveaway. I still haven't come up with exactly what you have to do to enter. I had a couple suggestions for people. People wanted to say do a raffle. The only problem with doing a raffle is, believe it or not, it's illegal here in Florida. State of Florida considers raffles gambling for whatever reason. So I can't really do a raffle. I had other people say that, maybe donations, take like some donations for the Coturnix Kids program and select from those to to receive the DIY incubator. But I don't want to make it look like I'm trying to use the incubator as a way to raise money just for that program, because we do have sponsors. Some of the stuff comes out of my pocket, but that's no big deal. But anyhow, I'm going to come up with something. I think it's just going to be a giveaway. I just need to come up with what to do for the giveaway. I want everybody to have a fair chance. I also had somebody recommend like maybe a photo contest, but then you got a lot of people that might not really be into photography and whatnot, so they might be at a little bit of a disadvantage. So I think we're just going to have some type of a maybe share a link on your social media site to either the Coturnix Corner Facebook group or to the CoturnixCorner.com website. I haven't really come up with exactly what I want to do on that yet. But if you guys keep an eye on, and it's going to happen this week, keep an eye on Facebook, keep an eye on CoturnixCorner.com, and I will have the requirements for that. Here, real quick, I just want to show you guys what we're giving away. It is the Incubator Mini, we called it. It's actually the DIY boxes. It's just a smaller version of the bigger one. It will do 120 eggs. If you get the little giant egg turner, which is basically that's what this box was made around, or designed around, and it does really well, guys. I mean, there's lots of them out there in circulation. Whether people have bought them from Gulf Coast Quail, or if they built them off the channel from the video that we did on the channel. But I get comments all the time from people on how well the incubator works. Once you got it tweaked for your area, it'll do a really good job for you. I also had a guy call me up last week, and this is another thing I want you guys to know, that if you do get at the incubator, we offer 100% not service, but help with it. I had a guy call me last week. He was having an issue. He would, fire up the incubator and the lights wouldn't go off. They would just continually run. So we kind of troubleshot it real quick and got it figured out for him. And he was kind of amazed that I took the time to actually FaceTime with him to figure out the problem. And that I'll do that with anybody, guys. If you guys have a problem setting up any of these incubators, let me know. I'll call you on phone, I'll FaceTime you, whatever we need to do to get the incubator tweaked and working for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the chat room, see who we got in here today. David DeBarge says good morning from West Plains, Missouri. Good morning, David. Andy Rabbit's in the house says good morning. Howdy, neighbor from West Plains, Missouri. Let's see. Fat Country is joining us from Tampa. Says good morning from Tampa, Florida. Prepared for Debbie. Yeah, I don't think you got a whole lot to worry about as far as Debbie's concerned. It looks like it's going more north of us, but we've been getting a little bit of gusty wind, quite a bit of rain, but it's really nothing more than our afternoon thunderstorms that we get every day anyhow. So, and I'm glad that it stayed offshore. We don't really need another storm. Juan Taylor's in the house. Says good morning. There's my buddy from Lehigh, Anthony. Glad you could join us. Says morning all. Hope you're staying dry out there in Lehigh Acres. David DeBarge says good morning, Andy. Wow, here's a name I haven't seen in a while. Nabiki's in the house. Says good morning. It's been ages since I caught one of these, but I'm moving a bit slow this morning, so I haven't started my chores yet. Glad you could join us, Nabiki. It's good seeing you again. Nabiki says the neighbor's cat got into my greenhouse and caught one of my jumbos. Oh, that's a shame. Andy Rabbit says good morning, David. Nabiki said there's also enough smoke in the air from wildfires that my smoke alarms went off last night since I had the windows open. Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot you're out west there. Andy Rabbit says, sorry to hear that, Nabiki. Okay, I'm not going to read those. Rebel Boxer says cheese grits go good with barbecue cat. Oh my God. Got to be talking to Nabiki. There's that name on Leviathan. I'm sorry I butchered your name again. I know you told me last week to call you something else, but I forgot what it was. Okay, Don Skins in the house says good morning from South Mississippi. Getting some 100-degree temps next week. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of stinks. I hate it when it gets that hot. But what can you do? Make sure your birds are set up for the temperatures. Got some nice breeze, fresh water, and all that nonsense. Gina Klatz in the house says good morning. Morning, Gina. Samantha Stratton says good morning from Michigan. Been busy wasting scammers' times. Red flags and angry emojis. Million breeds and immediate shipping. Chickens unsure of the quail world. LOL. Yeah, I know the spammers are terrible. I mean, I see them all over on Facebook. I've been trying to keep the Facebook group clean, by deleting stuff that comes in and excuse me, banning the spammers. But they're out there everywhere. So what do you do? Child of God's in the house says good morning all. Been a while since I caught one of these. I'm glad you did catch this one, and good morning. Gina says, got my second incubation going. First incubation from all my grown-up babies from my first hatch. Wow, congratulations. Hope you get another good hatch. Jason says, good morning. Good morning, Jason. Shelby says, good morning from Kansas City, Missouri. That's the third Missourian. I guess Missourian. I don't know what they call people from Missouri, but welcome. Glad you could join us. And he says, hope your power stays on. Yeah, I've got my fingers crossed. We've been pretty lucky. I mean, as long as the wind doesn't get too crazy, it doesn't sound like it is right now. If it stays under 50 miles an hour, we shouldn't have any issues. But I did notice on the news this morning, they were saying that like 46, I don't know if it was 46% or 46 of the people in my area were without power. Dane's in the house says, good morning from Georgia. Glad you could join us, Dane. Argolian says, morning from Texas. Grooming puppies right now, so I'm just going to be listening for the most part today. Appreciate you checking in. And, we've got some crazy puppies running around. It's neat. They just turned 5 weeks Thursday, so they're starting to get to where they're running around. Mama doesn't want to feed them as much anymore because they're starting to get their teeth. So we've been kind of transitioning them over to a gruel food, basically just wet, dry food. But they're doing good. Backcountry says, no power outage yet. I'm praying the eggs survive in my incubator. Yeah, for the most part, I'm sure they will. I've had my incubator lose power for like 12 hours, and the eggs still hatch just fine. One thing you can do if you have a battery backup, like for your computers, I don't even know where mine is. You can plug your incubator into that, and then if power does go out, it's not going to run it forever, but it'll keep it on for a little while. Let's see. CWH number 1 says Wade from New Mexico saying good morning. Good morning, Wade. Glad you could join us. And he says we lost power last week for 7.5 hours. The day before lockdown, only had 8 to hatch. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's our location. You might have been a little bit colder out there. I've never had a problem when I've had power outages in the incubator. I just make sure, 1, I don't open it up, and 2, I'll cover the incubator with something to kind of hold the heat in a little bit. And for the most part, it's done pretty good. Hannah Bishop's in the house says good morning. Good morning, Hannah. Glad you could join us. Andy Rabbit says congratulations, Violet. I got a whole bunch of congratulations here. Anthony says congratulations. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. I went to the full screen picture and we lost audio. Oh, I got to remember that. Again, we're playing with the new software here, and I keep forgetting if I take this image that you guys are seeing now, if I take it off screen to go to something like that, but I don't leave myself in that corner, I'll do it real quick. If I remove myself from the left-hand side, so I've got to keep this small image up. I don't know. Sorry about that. We'll get it straight one of these days. Like I say, this is new software. I'm still trying to figure out all the nuances about it. But let's see. Andy Ravis said, "Oh, Nabiki says to Andy, ouch, that's gotta hurt. I'm so glad I invested in a solar charged generator a few years ago. It saved a couple hatches for me." Yeah, cool. David Bullock's in the house, says good morning from North Carolina. Okay, everybody's saying they couldn't hear me. Did you guys, let me bring that back up. Did you guys hear anything that I read here from Violet's um, thing? Or were you able to read it on screen? Darn. Yeah, I didn't realize that. You know what? I'm going to read it again real quick, just for the people that didn't read it, or it was a little bit too small to read. Now it's actually too small for me to read. But anyhow, it says, "Hi, I'm Violet, and I'm 11 years old. A year ago, I moved from Michigan to Eastern Kentucky. My parents wanted to try homesteading and live somewhere with nicer weather. So we found some land with 2 houses, and now my grandparents live next door too. I wasn't excited to move to the middle of nowhere at first. Then my grandparents wanted to plant a huge garden, so me and my siblings helped them plant the seeds and weed the rows. That was hard work, but it was worth it. When we got to harvest the tomatoes, green beans, peppers, dill, pumpkins, and other stuff, I also helped plant fruit trees, and hopefully they'll give us some fruit soon. My mom got chickens, and the baby chicks were really cute. I liked helping with them and holding them, and it's getting blurry here. Let's see, where are we at? And holding them, and I like it when they eat out of my hand. We also got some ducklings, and I helped dry them off after they swam in their container. Then she got quail, and I helped take care of them. Their eggs are so cute and tiny and have cool patterns. Now I help my mom peel the boiled eggs so we can make egg salad and pickled eggs. I have started to enjoy helping out with the homestead. I would like to try to sell some eggs and chicks at the farmer's market this spring. If we can bring some good quail and eggs and products to the market and set up a pretty booth, maybe I can earn some money to save up to go to beauty school when I'm in high school. This is my goal." And like I said earlier, but nobody probably even heard me, was Violet, those are excellent goals. Congratulations. I know you'll make it. Very good write-up. We enjoyed it. And good luck on the homestead. Learn as much as you can, because believe me, when you get older, you're going to need to have this knowledge with you, just to make survival a little bit easier. So Violet, thanks again. I really appreciate you sending in your write-up. And like I said, we will be sending you some prizes. Here's a list of your prizes real quick again. Hatching Time Cage, hatching eggs from Thieving Otter Farm, an incubator from Bryant's Roost. You're going to get a Coturnix kids tumbler. It's not that tumbler, a little bit different. It's got your name on it. And a $25 Tractor Supply gift certificate. So we will get that out to you ASAP. I've already got your shipping information from your mom, so we will get that stuff out to you. And guys, I'm sorry about that. I did not realize that I was muted. So yeah. But anyhow, we got a whole bunch of people saying congratulations. And exactly. Okay, and Violet, I hope you're watching today. I know your mom said that she was going to surprise you by having you watch the show. So hopefully. All right, let's see. Anthony says, boy, I could use the eggs. Really? I didn't know. How are your eggs or how are your birds doing, Tony? Not laying much anymore, or what's going on? David says, wow, amazing sponsor support, great package for Violet to get started. Absolutely. I appreciate the sponsors 100%. They have every month, they send out the stuff. And you know what I forgot? And the prizes, that's this. Let me bring it up again. This is an old picture, but you are also going to get a 40-pound bag of feed from Homestead Harvest. So this is an old picture. I couldn't find the other one. It's in my software on my other computer. I'm going to have to dig it out. But sorry about that. Yes, you are going to get a bag of feed to go along to help you feed your new chicks that you hatch out. Let's see. Hannah says, I've been eyeing those blue trays. They are nice. They're excellent for collecting eggs. They're excellent for storing eggs, and they're stackable. That's the nice thing is you can put eggs in them, and then you can stack them. They're really nice. Andy Rabbit says, I gave my granddaughter this shipment of eggs. I guess 8 is a good number for her to work with. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and it's not going to be, too overwhelming. 8 birds is probably pretty easy to take care of. So cool. Child of God says, I saved those foam protectors from ordering hatching eggs. They were great for sorting eggs. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. I used to put them in the 60 count ones. And then I ended up buying some of those blue ones. They were pretty good. Nabiki says there are some nice giveaways today. Yep. And Rabbit says that's a great idea for the DIY incubator and the kids project. Yeah, Andy, I would love to do that. Anybody that has any thoughts on that, as far as taking donations for the kids project to enter into the incubator giveaway. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you guys have a problem with that? Or, the donation could be as little or as much as you want. The amount isn't going to, give you a better chance of winning because we're just going to take everybody's name, put it in a hat, and pull it out, and find the winner. But I was just a little concerned with, asking for donations for the giveaway, to get an incubator. I just don't want it to look like, I'm trying to make money off the giveaway. All the proceeds would go to the Coturnix Kids Project, to help, buy prizes, pay for prizes and whatnot. So comment in the chat room, guys. Let me know what you think about that. Lewis says, Lewis Breachin, good morning from South Louisiana. Glad you could join us. David DeBarge says, I left Facebook several years ago from all the hate going on. Do not blame you 100%, David. Matter of fact, I almost pulled out of Facebook. This was a few years ago. There was just a bunch of nonsense going on and a lot of BS. I mean, people were making up stories like you wouldn't believe. And I almost pulled the plug on Coturnix Corner and said, you know what? I don't need these headaches. I'm done with it. But, luckily I listened to a few people who actually knew what was going on. And but I don't blame you, David. Believe me, if it wasn't for Coturnix Corner, I would not be on Facebook. John says, good morning from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I will be heading up to Michigan. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. I am going to Michigan on the 25th of this month. Me and my sister are flying out, going up there for a few weeks. I got some work to do for my mom. And I am going to be going live from West Michigan Quail up there. And that's also where I am planning on announcing the giveaway for this incubator. That ought to be really neat. I am going to try to, I guess I'm going to have to do a practice live. I want to bring a guest on. I actually asked a couple of people if they wanted to come on today to help me test out the guest function, but they just weren't available. And Sundays it's kind of iffy anyhow. People got other plans. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely do a guest practice so we can bring some guests on the show. Andy Rabbit says, I don't do Facebook either. Do not blame you. Just Horse and Round says, good morning from Ava. Is that Missouri? Ava, Missouri? That's like 4 people from Ava. From Missouri. 340 Quail Farm says, good morning. Mount Dora, Florida, checking in. Glad you could join us. Homestead Matters says, hello to everyone from Eugene, Oregon. Hope everyone is doing well. Sold our first eggs and live birds this week, mostly thanks to this channel. Thanks a ton. Absolutely. Cool. I'm glad you're making sales and hope they continue. Daryl says, good morning. We may be a bad spot in Wauchula County, Florida. Yeah, I think that's kind of north, and I know it's north of me, but like up by the Big Bend area, maybe, because I think that's where that storm's headed. And they're actually saying that it might be a Cat 1, possibly a Cat 2 hurricane. But yeah, hopefully everybody stays safe up there, and it won't be as bad as the news people are saying. I think the news kind of glorifies everything. When we get, it's funny, when we get hurricanes, they can be 1,000 miles out in the Atlantic, and the news is making out to be this big killer storm we're in the cone of concern, they call it. And I guarantee Lowe's and Home Depot loves it because they're selling out every time. Plywood, generators, chainsaws, you name it. Let's see. Scott Newby says, good morning from Northeast Oklahoma. Glad you could join us, Scott. 340 Quail Farm says, getting my outdoor setup prepared for the extra rain we might get from Debbie. Yeah, it is. It's still raining now. There are some pretty good bands going through here. They're saying that we're calling for anywhere from 1 to 4 inches, which, yeah, 4 inches is a lot of rain, but 1 inch, we get that in one of our regular afternoon rainstorms in this rainy season. So. See, Dee says, good morning from Arlington, Texas, where it's super hot. Glad you could join us, Dee. Anthony says, good morning from Skiatook. I hope I said that right. Oklahoma. Glad you could join us. Dee says, I'm the one that had my baby white quail stolen. I've ordered 2 more cameras. Oh, wow. I think I read about that. That stinks. I hate it. Why do people have to steal? Let's see. David says, I forgot when you said last week that you were having Michael Rose on. Yes, we are working on getting Michael Rose back on. First thing I got to do is test out the guest thing on this new software. And once I get comfortable with that, I'll reach out to Michael again. He said he would definitely do it. It's just a matter of coming up with a topic. And the last time I talked with him, he said he'll mull over a few things and come up with something. I'm also trying to get HP Murray on here from Gopher Ridge. HP's a great guy. I talked with him on the phone the other day, and he's a good old boy. Let's see. Just Horsing Around says, I brought all the things needed to make the first video you did on how to make your incubator. It's been a while. I bought all the things needed to make the first video you did on how to make your incubator. Yeah. Putting the incubator is not hard at all. If you're going to do it from scratch and cut out all your own pieces, it'll take a little bit more effort, I guess, to get everything right. But it's not that big of a deal. If you buy a kit, it is unbelievably easy because all the cuts are made for you. It'll only go together one way. And it looks a lot nicer than, if you try to cut it out by hand or with utility knife, whatever. Andy Rabbit says, don't forget the thumbs up. Absolutely. I think I can do that over here. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I see just horsing around, says no, just to get the incubator ready. Gotcha. Nabiki says Amazon Prime Day is the time to get them. Yeah, I ordered a few things on Prime Day the other, what was it, a week or so ago. Got some information. That country says thanks for the info, Mr. Terry. Yeah, like I say, you're going to be fine up there. Tampa's, a couple hours north of us, and the storm's far enough offshore to where we're not really getting a whole lot from it. Okay, I've got a few people saying we didn't hear anything while Violet's page up. We were able to all read it though. Yeah, well, I read it again anyhow, just for the people that can't read that small text. I even had a hard time reading the text. Okay, Nabiki, Andy talking about some cameras. Anthony's saying 20 birds, about 3 eggs a day. The girls are getting old. I think I'll hold off until the fall for better shipping. Yeah, there's right now, actually, a lot of people have held off on shipping. I've seen a couple announcements over on Facebook saying that, yeah, we're going to hold off for a week because, it's 100 plus degrees. So, yeah, that might be an idea. Tony, let me know. I can get you hooked up with some eggs. Okay, Homestead Matters says donations are a great idea for the community to band together for the little ones to get into this. Okay, cool. That's one. Nabiki says, I don't see a problem with asking for donations for the kids program. Having a nice potential prize is a bonus. All right. Klaus Marshall says, hey, just going across YouTube, stop by to say hello. Guys, this is my favorite dude from the Netherlands. A lot of you already know Klaus. He's a great guy. Trying to get him back on the channel to come on the show with me, but for right now, he's taking a little bit of a break, so I'm not gonna bother him about it. But Klaus, you really need to come back on the show. You're one of my enjoyable guests. Let's see. Andy Rabbit says donation is not money in your pocket, so I don't see anything wrong with it. Cool. Yeah, and what I would do too is make everything public as far as the amount of donations. I wouldn't give people's names out or anything, but I would say, okay, we took in X amount of dollars during this thing. So let me think about it a little bit, guys. I do have a donation button set up over on the CoturnixCorner.com website or the community website. That I could, somehow make another page for that, and people could donate. But let me think about it this week, and we'll decide what we're going to do on that. David says, Terry, could you do a super chat and donate the funds to the kids program? Yeah, we could. The only problem with doing super chats, anything through YouTube, is they take a percentage of the money, and I hate giving them money that. Yeah, it's nice of them to give us a platform for this, but they make enough money. They don't need our money. Just with advertising alone, they're killing us. Rebel Boxer, 100% in on donations for the Incubator giveaway. Okay, Alvin, Missouri is pretty much a neighbor to me too. Boy, there's a bunch of people from there. Maury Straubel's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Maury is the owner of West Michigan Quail, who we will be going up and interviewing and showing you his setup in Michigan at the end of this month. So we're looking forward to that. And that's also when we will be announcing the winner of the Incubator giveaway. Don Skin says storage trays would be handy. Okay, guys, I think we are halfway through. I need you guys to comment in the chat room. If you want hatching eggs, comment hatching eggs. If you want a gift certificate, comment gift certificate. And if you want the 6 count of 90 cell jumbo storage trays, comment HP, because that's who they're coming from. Actually, if you want the eggs, comment Bryant's Roost. Bryant's Roost donated the eggs. So, Steve says, I don't see a problem with asking for donations for the kids. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are pretty understandable with that. I'm kind of happy to see that. I just didn't want it to make it look like, I was trying to raise money for the incubators, and thinking that I might be getting something out of it, because one, I wouldn't. It would all go into the kitty for the kids stuff. Let's see. Lewis says having a hard time trying to hatch bobwhite quail. The hatching bobwhites isn't really any different than hatching Coturnix. It could be the time of year. Things are really hot. You want to make sure that your incubator is tweaked. You got steady or stable temperatures. Your humidity's in the right zone for incubation and for lockdown. There's a good one. But yeah, and it could have been too. It could have been your eggs. I don't know where you got your eggs from. If they were shipped eggs this time of year, you'll hear a lot of horror stories about bad hatch rates. A lot of people won't ship during the heat of the summer just for that reason. Cordolian says, as long as you don't see Jim Cantore, you're fine. That's a joke that's going on around here. It's funny because every time he comes to the area, the storm's going to hit you. So, yeah, for those of you who didn't understand that. 340 Quail Farm says, I'm building a stacked brooder system using your videos as a guide. Does the wood have to be treated or untreated? And what has been your experience with cleaning home-built cages with water? You can really use either or, pressure treated or not. I've used both. A lot of people say, no, you don't want to use pressure treated because it's, saturated with creosote. But I did find out that I've never had a problem. I've never had it affect the birds. To be safe, use untreated wood and then maybe seal it with something. That's what I did with mine. I sealed it with an epoxy, and it worked really well. As far as cleaning the cages, I would pressure wash mine. Even the unsealed cages, I would wheel them out every 6 months, pull all the birds out, pressure wash. As a matter of fact, there's a video on the channel. If you look through it, I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but it's about spring cleaning. Type in spring cleaning, I think, and it'll show you how I clean my cages. But I did all my cages the same way. My wire cages, my wood frame cages, I would just wheel them outside, pressure wash the entire thing, let them dry out in the sun. The wood cages that had the most wood, I would actually spray them down with I can't remember what it was. It wasn't permethrin. It was, I'll think of it here in a minute. I sprayed that down just to get rid of it. May have been a 10% permethrin mix. But anyhow, that was to get rid of any, possible pests that were in the wood, lice, mites, whatever might have been in there. And yeah, it worked out just fine. The main reason I got rid of the all wood or the wood frame cages was because the wood absorbs the manure smell, and it does smell. I mean, even after pressure washing it, letting it dry out, bring it back in, it would still have that little bit of aroma of manure, coming off the wood. So that's when I started sealing everything, and then I went to doing the all wire cages. I see Homestead Matter says we have been debating a cabinet incubator after I have 3 tabletops running right now, 1 going into lockdown tonight, and HP's meat makers on the other 2 should be hatching mid-month or so. Excited. Yeah, the cabinet incubator is nice. I mean, if you're running tabletops, you can actually use your tabletops for incubating and use your cabinet incubator as a hatcher only. That's what I do with mine. Was my commercial incubators, the Baratos and the hatching time incubators, I would incubate all my eggs in, and then I would pull them out of that and hatch them in the DIY incubator. And it's always worked well for me. The main reason was I like to keep the commercial incubators clean. And the DIY box, it's so simple to clean. I mean, you just take it out and spray it down, hose it out, and it's pretty much done there. Let's see. Child of God said, I have the mini, not working right now, but not the incubator fan is broken, and I can't reorder right now. Can't reorder as in you can't find them, they don't have them, or you're just waiting to reorder. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I have never had a fan fail on me. I take that back. One fan out of, let's see, 2, 4, 5, out of about 6 fans, I've never had one fail on me, except for one had a bearing noise and started slowing down. So I replaced it, regardless. Cool. Well, when you get it working again, good luck on it. Let's see. Homestead Matters says, Klaus, just watched your Celadon and Rue videos yesterday. Love your chats. Yeah, Klaus, we really like it when you check into the show and when you're live with us. Andy Rabbit says, I believe the heat during shipping was a big problem with this hatching issue. Less than half of the eggs went into lockdown. Only 16 went into lockdown and 8 hatch. Heat hurts eggs during shipping. Yes, they do. All right, we got a whole bunch of people who are reaching out for hatching eggs. D wants an incubator. Not giving one of them away yet. Okay. All right, I can scroll back up to that when we do the giveaways. And guys, when we do call it the giveaways, I need you to send me your shipping information. I'll put my email address up there, but it's terry@coturnixcorner.com. And make sure you include a good email address and a good phone number, because sometimes the sponsor needs to get a hold of you for whatever reason. Jason says, Bob White's pretty simple. Everything needs to be stable throughout. It may be other issues. Yeah, I would say, if it's not an incubator issue, it's most likely a heat issue. It's shipped eggs, usually you have issues with that stuff like that. So in the heat of summer, yeah. Nabiki says, I was lucky. I had a friend send me some button eggs during the heat wave. I think they started to develop during shipping since they hatched a day early, but I had a 60% plus hatch rate. Well, that's pretty decent hatch rate. I mean, 60% is good any time of year. So yeah, it's a good hatch. Let's see. Nabiki says, okay. Andy Rabbit said, that's a pretty good hatch. And Nabiki said, I thought so. I have 19 little button chicks running around now. They're adorable. Child of God says, no money. Oh, I got you. No money. Social Security, you have to wait to payday. I got you. Jason says, I like keeping the humidity around 40 to 50% for my Bob Whites here in Virginia. Yeah, I like it a little bit lower, I'm not talking Bob Whites, but Coturnix, I like it 35%. But I did Bob Whites only one time. I hatched him out for a dog breeder. He was training bird dogs, and he used to buy the Coturnix from me for training, but he wanted to get Bob Whites. So I said, I think because he wanted them to flush a little bit better. So yeah, I hatched out a bunch for him, and I just did them the same way I do the Coturnix, and they did just fine. Child of God says, I have a small incubator for now. 340 Quail Farm says, gift certificate. All right, that brings us down to the bottom of our chat room list. Except for one more comment from Annie. Says, it's so warm outside, she probably doesn't even need a heat lamp on her babies. Yeah, it is warm. This is actually the coolest day that we've had in a while. I think it was like 87. Otherwise, it's usually mid 90s, just unbelievably hot and humid. All right, guys, let me go through and select some people for some giveaways. All right. Remember, guys, shipping information, include a phone number and a good email address. What do you want down? Yeah. You know, one other thing, real quick, before I select winners for this. For you people who raise chickens, I have 3 Rhode Island red hens and a rooster. And I noticed that the eggs lately have started to get, this is fresh eggs collected daily, starting to get like a fishy or almost sulfury type smell to them when I crack them open. And I've eaten a couple of them and I thought maybe it was me, but they're getting now bad enough to where I can't stand to, even when I'm cooking them, I can't even stand the smell. And I love eggs, so I don't know what it is, guys. I haven't changed my feed. I'm still using Kalmbach layer. I'm not feeding any types of treats like black soldier fly larvae. I do let the birds out pretty much daily, and they, free range around my yard, but I can't figure it out. I mean, the eggs, they stink. The only thing I've been doing with the eggs is cooking them up and giving them to my dogs. The dog that just had the puppies, she's on a high protein diet, so I've been giving her, the scrambled eggs. But if you guys have any idea what could possibly be causing those eggs to be getting that fishy / sulfury smell to them, I would appreciate it, because if I can't figure it out, I'm just going to have to butcher these birds and feed them off to the dogs. But yeah, I cannot deal with that. All right, let's see. Back to where we were at. No supplements. Let's see. Heather says, so awesome to catch you live. Glad you could catch us live, Heather. Jason C says, maybe it's the quality control has gotten off and some extra fish meal is getting added. Yeah, I mean, I had them on a cheaper feed. It was, oh Lord, what's called? It's that cheap feed that Tractor Supply sells. Like for a couple of weeks, I couldn't get the Kalmbach layer, so I had them on that Tractor Supply feed, and it was doing the same thing. And I thought, okay, it must be the feed. So I got to, finally got the Kalmbach, and they've been on the Kalmbach now for a good 3 weeks, and they're still, they're still having the issue. So I'm at a loss. I don't know where to look. I mean, if it's not a food issue, and are they picking up something out of my yard, that's causing it? I'm not giving them any omega-3 oils, like Dee says. I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss for it. David DeBar says he's got Rhode Island Reds, and oops, wrong one. Rhode Island Reds never had an issue. Joey says, does anyone have any idea why a couple of my jumbo feral hens have feathers that stick out all frilly? Anyone else has smooth feathers and I don't see mites? Thanks. Hatching eggs. Yeah, I had a lot of my hens that would have that frilly look going up their back. A lot of people said, they're frizzles or frazzles or whatever the heck you call them. And then I found out that actually it was just from breeding behavior. The male will breed with some hens more often than others, and a lot of times that will cause their feathers to become, like you say, curled up or disoriented, whatever. So I think that was more of the issue, because I had birds from the exact same hatches, same as you're saying. They were nice and smooth on the back, but they were also hens that weren't being bred near as much. So, and I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think it's any kind of a special feather pattern or anything, or a gene, that's causing it. I know. I mean, if you thought that maybe it was a gene, you could try breeding that line and see if you can reproduce it. But I think it's more of a rooster issue or breeding issue. Let's see. Hannah says, try keeping them around to see if the taste goes back to normal. If it does, then they're finding something in their roaming. Okay. The only thing that I noticed, and I've never seen a chicken do this, we have a raised uh, drain field. Our drain field is actually higher than virgin soil level. And I noticed that the birds love to dig into the drain field. And I walked out there one time and I saw just the tail feathers of a hen sticking out of the hole that they dug. And I'm like, they must be finding something in there they like. But I don't think they're eating anything other than maybe a bug or something that's in the dirt. I don't know. Okay, we got all kinds of ideas here. Heavy natural apple cider vinegar in water for 2 weeks, worms or parasites. Yeah, I don't know. I do give them on occasion apple cider vinegar, but I've never noticed that before from the apple cider vinegar. Choline in the feed will cause a fishy smell. Sometimes it's genetics. Okay. If it's environmental, you bring in other birds, will develop the same smell, then you know. And rabbit, I know when my son hauled for a chicken feed mill, there was never a 100% consistency in the feed. So pretty much no two bags are ever 100% the same. Okay. D says, idea, have somebody else take some, raise in their location, same food, see if it goes away. Yeah, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I mean, I thought if it, and it most likely is something they're eating or getting into that I can't figure out. But it's funny because when they first started laying, I never noticed this problem. It's only been recently, and by recently I mean within the last 3 months or so. And they're young birds. They're only let's see, 6 months old, 7 months old. Jason says, I read somewhere that brown egg layers in particular have a gene that will convert fatty acids in fish meal, canola, etc., into a fishy taste. Probably get away from the fish meal, canola oils, etc., in diet. Yeah, I'm going to try it. This bag of feed's almost gone, and I'm going to try a different feed and see if that doesn't take care of it. But like I say, it's annoying, and I hate to. I hate just feeding the eggs. I mean, I'm feeding the birds and feeding the dogs. I might as well just be buying dog food. So, all right, let me scroll back up here and see. And by the way, Jason, I did read that too, because I did a Google search on smelly eggs, and they said something about the brown egg layers. All right. What did I do here? Hang with me, guys. Okay. All right. Remember, send me your shipping information. Make sure you include a phone number and a good email address. Okay. Jason C., you are going to get hatching eggs from Bryant's Roost. 340 Quail Farm, you're going to get a $50 hatching time gift certificate. And where were we at here? Leviathan. I know I said your name wrong, but you're going to get the trays from Gopher Ridge. All right, guys, let me put my email address in there real quick. It's Terry at CoturnixCorner.com. And like I said, send me your shipping information. I will get that forwarded over to our sponsors and see, make sure, that they get their stuff out to you real quick. All right, let me see if there's anybody else down here. Congratulations to the winner. All right. That brings us down to the bottom list. Okay, guys. Again, keep an eye on Facebook, the Coturnix Corner group. I'll go ahead and pin it to the chat or the comment section. Also, CoturnixCorner.com. If you're not a member of that community over there, guys, go over and check it out. I mean, we got a lot of really neat people over there. That we got some regulars that are in there, every week. But there are a lot of nice, friendly people. There's no drama, none of this, stuff like you see on Facebook. And yeah, it's growing. It's grown really fast in the last year, but it's continually growing, and I'm glad to see that, because if anything ever happens over on Facebook, at least we've got a place to go. So, guys, like I say, I'll post it over there, and if you're not a member, get signed up for it. If you have a problem registering, I noticed some emails get booted back, especially like yahoo.com emails. Not so much Gmail. Gmails usually go pretty good. But if the email bounces back and you don't get a code to log in, email me, Terry at CoturnixCorner.com, and let me know. I can go in there and set it, basically accept the membership. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Are we done? Are you on Rumble? I am not. Oh, wait a minute. I am on Rumble. I just don't know what my thing is. I have one guy that sends me stuff all the time on Rumble, and I will. Let me see. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out, and I'll share it. D, I'll just email you or comment on a messenger or something. Okay, guys, we're going to pull the plug on this one. Appreciate you joining me today. I will let you guys know what the deal is going to be as far as that incubator giveaway. Congratulations to our winner. Congratulations to Violet. I really appreciate your write-up. And, guys, if you have any kids that want to join the Coturnix Kids program, head on over to CoturnixCorner.com, and you can get them signed up over there. Guys, have a great weekend. Stay safe. The people who have that storm headed at them, good luck. I mean, hopefully it's not that bad. Category 1 isn't usually that terrible. So have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you next week.